Hey, what's up guys? Chris Jr. here for Chris Productions. Welcome to this new filmmaking video. This will be a part one of a two-part tutorial series all on green screen. So we're going to take a look at the post side of things in part two, but in part one we're going to take a look at the setup. So lighting your green screen properly so you don't get any issues when you're into post. So let's take a look at our lighting setup and I'll just show you what we did here. So let's start off with these lights. These are two Kino flows. We have one here and one on the other side, and these are used to pretty much just create an evenly lit green screen. And the reason why I picked these lights over LEDs or any other type of light is because they have a very nice diffuse quality, and they also have a large throw, and they're very widespread as a source of light. So we're using two of these to get a very flat and even green screen. So if you're using cloth or anything like that, you pretty much don't want to see any creases, any wrinkles, any shadows, nothing. It needs to look completely flat. And sometimes, you know, your eyes can actually trick you into thinking that you lit your green screen properly, when really it still has some flaws, it still has some hot spots and some dark areas that you really don't want. Again, we're trying to go for a completely flat look as far as the background. So this is why we had to add this little guy here. This is an LED light. And all we did is we just added this to fill in some of this this middle area here in this green screen, because we were noticing that these two lights were creating some pretty bright hot spots in these two sides, but it was leaving sort of a darker area over here. So that's why we added this guy over here. So that's pretty much it as far as what it's taking to light this green screen. It's just these two Kinos and that one LED to kind of fill things up. Now this light is used for our subject. So where I was standing in the beginning, if you saw that sort of backlight, that kicker light that was sort of bluish, that was this guy right here. So this is a 650 from an Airy kit, and all I did was add just a folded half CTB, so that pretty much becomes a full CTB on this light. And then I added this Magenta Color Gel, which is actually a color correcting gel, just as the CTB, and this is used to take out green from lights. So this is used when you're trying to pretty much just color correct your lights to match as far as color temperature. So, you know, your Kino Flow fluorescent bulbs are actually going to be a different color temperature than your tungsten balanced 650 from your Airy kit. But that's actually not why I did this. I did this because I actually wanted this light that was shining on my subject to have the least amount of green information as possible, because when we're keying it, you know, it will pretty much confuse After Effects or whichever program you're using less, since this is minus green and it's taking out green from the subject, so it'll just make it easier to key. So we have the Kino Flow that we talked about here earlier, and we added the C-stand here to kind of like keep it in place so it doesn't move around, because Kino Flows have a tendency of doing that. They're not very strongly built. And then finally we have another light here, which is our key light, and we have another C-stand in front of this, with just some basic silk just to diffuse it a little bit. And then we have another C-stand with this flag here, and this isn't really doing much, but this is just to make sure that none of this light from our key is spilling onto our green screen. So flags, a very cool thing to have, very powerful tool to have on set. And that's pretty much what it takes to get a pretty evenly lit green screen. This is still not perfect. It will require a little bit of work, but this is essentially your basic setup in getting some pretty good green screen footage. Alright guys, so join me in part two, where we will bring all this footage into post in After Effects and in Premiere, and we'll take a look at where you can take it from there and pretty much replace this background with anything you want. Alright guys, my name is Chris Jr. for Chris Productions, and I'll see you next week. I don't like how I sound right now. What was the thing I said at first? I like keep saying that. I'm saying too much stuff. I need to start that over. Okay, no, that sounds too extreme. I'm rambling. I need to. That was so good too. Airy light kits. I'm saying able so many. I don't like this. So let's take a look at our. Did you mess that up?
Yeah.
I noticed that. I was like, the lights to you. Essentially, your main objective should be to. Your main objective. This is not a mission. Thank you. Make you think. If you do.
Okay.
I don't like what I said. then on this side, we might need to cut because we moved the lights and this is still here.